years, the A8 has been the choice of those wishing to remain discreet. It's the chauffeur's equivalent of the stealth bomber, and outside this new one, sticks to the philosophy of remaining relatively low-key and stylish. Just like the old one did in Ronin, this new A8 could blend seamlessly into traffic, although it's now significantly longer and wider than the previous generation, so it might have some trouble chasing people down tight French alleyways. So even though it's bigger, for mercenaries, it has to be said, it is less practical. Anyway, as with all luxury German barges, it's all about the toys that come with it. So, what does the A8 have to play with? Well, for starters, it's got a new MMI interface. It's not the scroll wheel like the old version. It's got a touch interface that you can enter characters onto to find your destination. It's a lot less distracting than the old scroll wheel, but it does take a bit of getting used to. But is the sat-nav system any different? Audi has stepped up the role of sat-nav in cars with this new system. It integrates Google Earth, so you should have a good idea of where you are, and it's got 3D mapping as well, so if you're a politician, it's useful for figuring out vantage points for any assassination attempts. But the sat-nav does more than just look pretty. It's connected to other components in the car, such as the headlights, and it sets up them as you're going into a bend in the dark. The gearbox, it changes gears for you, and then on top of that, it'll even indicate for you in the city. Skynet, eat your heart out. But has all that techno wizardry made it under the bonnet too? Well, this particular model has the 4.2 litre V8 engine, which produces 372 horsepower and goes on to a top speed of 155 miles per hour. 0 to 62 is dealt with in just 5.7 seconds. With all that power, getting up to speed in the A8 is absolutely effortless, and with a Quattro system distributing the power, you can pretty much throw it into a bend at any speed and it'll just sort it out for you. The A8 comes with an all-new 8-speed gearbox. Don't worry, it's not a manual, otherwise it would be like driving an HGV. It's all powered by this new automatic gearbox, which is silky smooth, and apparently the knob is influenced by a yacht power thing. All that extra power while getting fewer emissions, and that's great kudos for when you're getting chauffeured to your latest EU climate change meeting. With its air suspension, the A8 has got a silky smooth ride, but to really experience that properly, I need to get into a different seat. Oh, I must say, it's very comfortable back here. These very plush leather seats. I've got loads of legroom, and this is only the short wheelbase version. A massive armrest. And that air suspension gives it a very nice ride. Apart from when you hit one of those uber violent speed bumps, then it's a little bit... oh. And this new Audi is so clever, it can even do this. Which is useful, as it gets to show off its latest technical feature. And this is a feature which proves that Paris Hilton and people that play Call of Duty aren't the only ones that can utilise night vision. The way it works is there's basically an infrared camera behind one of the rings on the front of the Audi. And what that means is you can flag up pedestrians at the side of the road, and it does so by putting a yellow square around them. And if they're behaving in a manner that might cause you a hazard, they flag up as red. So hopefully, with that in mind, you won't run anyone over. All these options do come at a cost though, and a German options list is always good for making your eyes water. That funky night vision? £2,000. Want to upgrade to the full LED light package? That'll be £1,800. Bose stereo no good? Does it offend your ears? Well, why not upgrade to the Bang & Olufsen version for £6,600? And if you prefer your knob to have wood, that'll be £110. But while you might be thinking that all these bonkers expensive options might not be for you, you have to accept that all this technology is going to filter down through VW Group, so you'll get stuff like funky sat-nav and night vision on Golfs in the not so distant future, and that can only be a good thing.